I don't even know whose turrets are whose anymore, but one thing we know for sure is everybody loses watching this. Let's move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The Dementis versus the Schoolmasters. The red team has a clear lead, and we can immediately tell why. The blue team is running a Berserker and 2 Scourge, which are classes that excel in fun, but fun does not win you any games. Here we have Eclipse the Deadeye running around clearly visible because he failed the Deadeye classes at the Academy. Jimmy Guns the Hollowsmith appears to be fighting his own turrets. Let's see how that works out for him. Unban My Neighbors, the Reaper, is currently running through the midfield, and I gotta say, his butt is looking tight in those pantalones. Viver is playing an Angry Sprinkler today, and currently in an epic battle versus a downstate opponent. I wish him only the best. Edison Mesmer is currently capturing a node and appears to be the only member of his team that cares about winning the actual game. See great things in Edison's future. Let's turn it over to you, Dennis.
Thanks, Bob! Grandmaster Zelda is the only member of his team alive and currently is continuing to stay alive by hugging the respawn. I don't know how that's going to win them the game, but I feel that might be the only move left to him. Bings is currently eating dirt, and has recommended Kotaru, Drazilda, and Deathclaw Eternal to try the same strategy. Deathclaw is attempting to bandage his wounds, but oh goodness, it's too hot, too spicy. That bandage is not going to work. The Angry Sprinkler says no. Let's swap back to Eclipse, who is currently attempting to farm honor for Grand Warlord status onto the... Red team wins! No one cares. Back to you, Bob. Thanks, Dennis.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday, and we've got the August Butchers versus Ranger Danger. On the August Butchers, we've got Guardian, Soul Beast, Necromancer, Core Guardian, Core Thief. On the enemy team, we've got Reaper, Revenant, Renegade, as well as Dragon Hunter and Spellbreaker. I'm very concerned that there might be a copyright infringement with the fact that they have no Rangers on the Ranger Danger team, unless it's meant as a threat for Flame. As we all know, Rangers are the scariest class. Flame is going into battle with a Hot Topic Moa. That's a bold choice. We'll see how that works out for him. Take it away, Dennis.
Thanks, Bob! Flame proceeds to fire the Rapid Fire and go into stealth. We're keeping an eye on this one because he's playing the only balanced class in this entire match. He proceeds to not use his pet at all. That's a bold move, because at that point, you're just a worse warrior. He proceeds to lay down on the ground to try to throw the enemy off of the attack and confuse them, but then gets back up and says, "Psych, I was just playing." Going over to Aristotle R. Carey, we see he is extremely late to the fight by at least 30 minutes and proceeds to try to steal Indicus's kill. Indicus says, "No, back off, bro, this one's mine," but then proceeds to let the enemy completely get away from him. Failure! Anacne Janus is fighting for his life and manages to stop Flame. Disgusting. Someone ban this man. That was clearly a cheat. Mr. Fuzzy Buns is currently taking a nap. We'll come back to him in 5. Sing Death over here in the middle is summoning his spooky magics and proceeds to turn his axe into what appears to be a very long broom handle and spin wildly. I don't know how that's going to help with victory, but you do you. Darrier leaps into the fight, immediately teleports backward with his hacks, and then teleports back into the fight again with the power of Australian Ping. He begins spinning like a maniac, doing his best impression of a warrior, but as we know, he is caffeine-free and diet. He proceeds to stomp the enemy, which was completely unnecessary, with 5 enemies of the team hitting the same guy at the same time. Blue team manages to win the middle node. They're now finishing off Indicus here, going over to Aristotle, very excitingly leaving the spawn. Flame currently using her bow and arrow at point-blank range. Flame, very curiously, continues to not use her pet for anything whatsoever, and activates every stance in the Ranger Soul Beast arsenal simultaneously in a panic move. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything, and she's down for the count. Sir Blue, doing the only thing on the red team. Oh, that is so unfortunate. It appears Sir Blue is a fan of Fast Car, ladies and gentlemen, and is imitating his style. That will cost him favor with the crowd. Indica's dagger is proceeding to attempt a 1v5. We're going to see how that works out for him. He decides to go invisible and realizes this was a really bad freaking idea. Anacne Janus is running to the far node and attempting to decap it.
and appears to be wielding what appears to be a tuba. Chat, she appears to be a tuba. Not sure how that's going to help in battle. Mr. Funnybuns is attempting to back Anna up when fighting this Guardian, but Aristotle comes in for the join. At that point, you're fighting 2 Guardians, and we know that that's effectively a 6 versus 2, so I think we know how this is going to play out. Flame is proceeding to try to tank an enemy Reaper with a bow. I'm still very confused by her decision to never use her pet at all. Blasphemous May moves off the point in a curious decision-making process, but decides I better go back on there and work on capping that thing. It is now fighting Sing Death in Necro versus Necro melee combat. Sir Blue continuing to cap nodes after giving Spiritu the fast car treatment. Indica's Dagger running across the map to once again try to get another decap. I believe this handsome fellow was just running laps around the map decapping constantly, but you know what? He's probably the only thing keeping his team in it to win it. Anakni Janice is currently chasing a stealth opponent and has decided to spin wildly and hope that that helps. Mr. Fuzzy Buns hot on pursuit after Aristotle. I don't know if he's got bloodlust in his eyes or if he just likes Aristotle's toned glutes. Sing Death currently running for his life as, oh, he does the worm teleport, and Aristotle generously just leaves him there. Sing Death could get the revive if he decided to actually try. Instead, he continuously spams every loud ability he's got to try to tell the enemy, hey, I'm still here, come kill me. Blasphemous May, knocked backward from the center, does not notice the downstate right behind her who's slowly standing up. Indica's Dagger has joined in the fight and proceeds to cast the spell Gun at Spiritu. Amazing. Anakni Janice has... Oh my god, do you see this, ladies and gentlemen? The Black Moa, after luring the enemy team into a false sense of security, has made its move and screams in the face of Spiritu. That is the first time that Moa has moved all game, and I think it was completely worth saving it until this particular moment. Sing Death is currently fighting on the node to try to keep the enemies off of it with a very low health Mr. Fuzzy Buns. Sing Death and Blasphemous both activate second health bar. Mr. Fuzzy Buns is now surrounded 4 health bars to 1. How will he handle that? Derriere, I just realized, is named after a butt. Spiritual Alum, coming out of the respawn, is attempting to help Butt with Sir Blue. She proceeds to use a bow in point-blank combat, taking a lesson from the enemy ranger. Aristotle continuing to try frantically to survive in the center of the map. Flame Tree appears to have become one with the environment and is now taking over the entire arena. I only hope her transition to an Earth Elemental can finish before the end of the fight. Mr. Fuzzy Buns is putting a stop to that though. He does not want to fight the God Mode Earth Elemental Flame Tree and is attempting to stop her channeling process. Thank God they managed to stop it. Anakni Janice, sweating and heavily after the battle with almost the entire map, is resting in the center of the map. Mr. Fuzzy Buns is making sure she's down because he knows that's the real threat. Sing Death proceeds to use his heal skill while full health while in transit to this node and picks a 1v2 fight versus a thief. What is he fighting right now? A thief and a guardian. That's effectively a 1v4. I don't know how that's gonna work out for him. He's already used Spin to Win, his most powerful attack. He proceeds to wave his axe wildly, not even within axe range of the enemy. Very curious to see if he can pull this off with 1% Shroud. I really don't think so. Imperial Rage quits. Flame Tree tries to go back to her favorite spot in the wall, but they immediately are on the chase. They know the danger of letting her merge with the environment, and they immediately put a stop to it. Blasphemous May comes out of the respawn after standing still for 5 crucial seconds. We can only assume typing angry messages at Imperial on Discord. Sir Blue is attempting to fight in a 2v2 and has got Mr. Fuzzy Buns on his Fuzzy Buns. Mr. Fuzzy Buns is a hater of Fastcar and has blood in his eyes. Indica's Dagger currently trying to get the stomp on Spiritu and succeeds despite the 1v3. Mr. Fuzzy Buns goes down. Oh, Indica's down as well. They're all down, chat. They're all down. Indicus takes down 3 people and is frantically trying to not make them all rally. Failure! Back to Imperial. Nothing. Flame Tree. She's on the move. She's given up on her strategy after the enemy has seen through it to merge with the land. Blasphemous May coming out of the spawn. I like Blasphemous, chat. Never give up, never surrender. Sir Blue, taking a lesson from Flame Tree, is attempting to become one with the land. Hi. And we have a cat here. Hello, Chip. If I look like Dennis to you, Chip, I think you would probably attack my face. I don't know why you've brought me the cat. Good kitty. You are very patient with this child. You know that? You are very patient with this child. Okay, go put him down somewhere.
Bye-bye, Chip.
Okay. Anacne Janus proceeds to unleash his tuba power once again. He's on the hunt, perhaps going for Sir Blue at the far node. Sir Blue in an epic showdown with Anac's Fleshworm, and Anac says, "Don't touch my worm." Anac tries to run in with his Angry Broomstick, but Sir Blue casts, "I'm a Guardian," and Anac goes bouncing backwards. Sir Blue attempting to abuse line of sight like the coward he is. Spiritu immediately goes downstate from Sir Blue's mere presence, ladies and gentlemen. Just breathing in the air near a Guardian made Spiritu crumple like the weak will-powered individual he is. Sir Blue proceeds to stand in every single summoned Renegade ability in the game and is completely fine. He goes invulnerable because when I think class balance, I think invulnerability, chat. It appears Aristotle Arcari has rejoined the game. He casts Get Away From Me, and Mr. Fuzzy Buns is knocked hurtling backward. He then casts Summons Spinny Sword, Mr. Fuzzy Buns stands in it, and casts No You with the Spellbreaker ability. And the blue team wins. I got completely derailed by the cat getting shoved in my face. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the Faux Fire map with the Dementis versus Death Purr. Dementis having two Hollowsmiths, a Reaper, an Angry Water Sprinkler, and a Soft Time Lord versus a Scrapper, their own Green Lantern, a Spooky Boy, a Overpowered Flavor of the Month, and a 7-Eleven Robber. Now, let's go into the field, or Dennis, take it away. Thanks, Bob. First, we've got Bruh, who turns very small, which appears to make him invulnerable and not more fragile, as you definitely should. He throws grapes backwards, which do 10,000 damage since the most recent patch. Jimmy Guns is proceeding to 1 versus 2 with Green Lantern powers versus some spooky boys at the other end of the map. Unban My Neighbors waves his broomstick wildly and proceeds to rip Zykers right in half. And it had nothing to do with the fact that it was a 4v1. Viver proceeds to sprinkle angry water on Zykers and unload onto Zoe Artesma in the middle of the map. She then proceeds to run away from them and show her back repeatedly in a mocking display. Edison Mesmer, in a strange maneuver, decides to also run away and then rejoin the fight a moment later. Very strange training the red team has undergone, but it has led them to the great score they're at currently, which is a deficit of 140 points. Lucky Engie over here still fighting the enemy Green Lantern on the point, and not making a lot of progress. Maybe if they throw more turrets at each other. Perfect Cellula, coming out of the spawn after having to lick her wounds, is proceeding to power up her Green Lantern abilities and join this now 3-way engineer battle. I don't even know whose turrets are whose anymore, but one thing we know for sure is everybody loses watching this. Let's move on. Pirate Business attempts to decap the middle of the map and is stopped by Viver. It is now Spooky Boy versus Water Sprinkler. Zoe Artemisa proceeds to attempt to join in, but the enemy goes stealth around her, and now she is super nervous. Zykers, keep up the good work. Bruh proceeds to unload angry grapes all over Pirate Business, doing 95% of his death shroud in one set of grapes and the rest of his life with the other. Balance! There's none of it here. Jimmy Guns proceeds to finally have to recap. Oh! Jimmy down. I believe Jimmy might have just disconnected, chat. Unban My Neighbors is attempting to do some ranged spooky business all over Perfect Cellula. Viver is currently en route, and she is riding on a giant surfing rock. If I've learned anything from League of Legends, that gives you a movement speed boost out of combat. Edison Mesmer currently is running for his life versus Zyker, who is Honestly, Zyker feels the same way about Mesmer's. Oh, he gets the rally after Zoe so rudely stops breathing. Can Zyker finish the kill? Zyker, will you go for the stomp or do the fabled PP unload? Oh, he messes up the stomp, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely ruined. Zyker, you've got one more chance. He proceeds to spin like a top or a dreidel. Pick your religion. He unloads the most annoying weapon in the game, which solely because of that item made me change my audio settings for this game. Perfect Cellula currently on the chase after Unban My Neighbors and unloads many bullets from her Duck Hunt gun. Unban My Neighbors says, I never even played Nintendo, and attempts to run up the wall. Fortunately for Cellula, he fails entirely at the jumping puzzle. They join in the middle, where a spooky boy and a spooky boy are now joined by a freaking tornado. Pirate Business goes back to the middle and goes, oh wait, crap, we never capped this node. Zoe Artemisa proceeds to say, I'll cap the stairs. Zyker's attempting to recoup after his long battle versus the two people at the far node. I'm surprised he got out of that. Oh, confetti in the back. That's 30 conditions. That's gonna leave a mark. Bruh proceeding to kill Luck NG and capture a node, the only member of the red team trying to earn points. Amazing. Some Mustache currently standing in a sneaky circle over here, and dodge rolls into the wall. That's a bold choice, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for him. Unban My Neighbors coming out of the respawn. Viver in the middle, trying to sprinkle water as much as she can. Oh, she's so scared though. I think someone in the middle just showed her high school grades. Edison Mesmer laying on the ground. Interesting choice of tactics. Luck NG currently coming from capturing the far node and says, never mind, I'm going back. Perfect Cellula in hot pursuit after the Angry Sprinkler. The Angry Sprinkler immediately starts surfing on a rock. It pops balanced abilities such as invulnerability, invincibility, and unkillability. Perfect Cellula tries to take the door, forgetting her own color. Bruh proceeds to roll around on the ground thinking this is Dark Souls. Oh! The game times out! If only we had more time, we could see who would have won if the timer had not been a thing. Back to you, Bob. Thanks, Dennis. I guess we'll never know. But for today, the blue team will have to take the win, due to the timeout.